story of Machu Picchu is one which, since its discovery, has held the archaeological world in a constant state of intrigue and questioning. Officially discovered in 1911 by Yale scholar and intrepid explorer Hiram Bingham, the story of this ancient city, lost in the mountains of Peru, has taken on numerous forms, many through skepticism and mysticism, though rarely through fact-finding. This documentary has been compiled to present to you today the real story of Machu Picchu, its origins, purpose, and importance to the once great Incan Empire. It was nearly a century ago that the world was first brought to the attention of Machu Picchu, the greatest symbol of the once powerful Incan Empire. It was the American archaeologist Hiram Bingham, with the support and backing of Yale University and the National Geographic Society, who made the first scientific confirmation of the site and wrote a best-selling work about it. He was the reinventor of the great myth of an ancient city, once triumphant and powerful, lost through the ages with no record. It is a well-regarded belief that Hiram Bingham and his quest for Machu Picchu was the single biggest inspiration for the fictional Hollywood adventurer Indiana Jones. It is, however, a somewhat lesser-known fact that the far-fetched quests of Indiana Jones hold a closer likeness to those Bingham set off on than many would expect. It is this ironic twist, the truth behind Bingham's explorations deep into the mists of the Peruvian mountains, which we are here to discover. Recently found artifacts and newfound information brought only to the attention of the archaeological world has heralded a new understanding of the remains of this mystical city, held captive in the hearts and imaginations for many of the 1.2 million visitors that stumble upon it every year. Incas. Their empire was the largest in pre-Columbian America. The Incan Empire arose from the highlands of Peru sometime in the early 13th century. From 1438 to 1533, the Incas used a variety of methods, from conquest to peaceful assimilation, to incorporate a large portion of western South America, centered on the Andean mountain ranges. A conversation recorded in 1985 with Bingham's fellow companion on the quest to Machu Picchu, Cornelius Cranshaw, pictured here with Hiram Bingham, sheds new light on the discovery and true history of the site. Cornelius Jebediah Cranshaw, born in 1884 to a Scottish goat farmer, was on a study tour of the South Americas in 1908 as part of his archaeological postdoctorate. What Cranshaw describes as being his initial discovery has shocked the international archaeological community, provoking outrage amongst many of Hiram Bingham's supporters.
Yes, well, it was 1905 and I was travelling through Peru as part of my postgraduate thesis on archaeology when I decided to walk the Inca Trail. A wise decision that proved at the time as I stumbled across the magnificent ruins now known as Machu Picchu. My thesis tutor was Professor Hiram Bingham, so I wrote to him enlightening him of my discovery and informing him to visit the ruins with the hope that he would see the importance of the ruins and bring them to the world's attention. But Hiram did not want to be known as the tutor. He wanted to be the discoverer, threatening to kick me out from the university. He said I was to give all the credit to the discovery to him. Yet the glory was not enough for Hiram. The Peruvian government wanted the ruins to remain a mystery for tourism reasons and proceeded to offer Hiram a bribe that he gladly accepted. In return for his endless riches, he was to destroy all remnants that could lead to the realization of Machu Picchu's origins and purpose. Although I was made to partake in this barbaric proceeding, I managed to save one page of my initial notes on Machu Picchu, deciphering the mysterious text known as today.
It was the deciphering of this long-lost script, held safely in the hands of Cranshaw until Bingham's death, that has placed new hope in the search of understanding the city. One key piece of evidence that has been derived from interpreting Cranshaw's description is the mapping of the formal planning of Machu Picchu. A recent breakthrough by a team of archaeologists funded by Oxford University has unlocked the mystery to building and spatial arrangements found at Machu Picchu. It is believed the visions of the imminent Spanish invasion drove the Incans to create a city that would not only protect and provide their race longevity, but also act as a stronghold of Incan culture and tradition. When the plan of Machu Picchu is overlaid with that of territorial provinces held under the control of the Incans at the height of their power, the similarities are remarkable. The city was planned as a tribute to the Incan civilization. It has also been revealed in the translation of the Incan tablet that the sighting of Machu Picchu was of particular importance to the Incans and their premonition. The records speak of an invasion being planned and directed from a faraway place. A city of strength and importance of which sat along the coast between two prominent mountain peaks. This strong image is believed to have encapsulated the great Incans, and it was foretold that in order to prevent the attack from having dire consequences for the race, a city must be built in a location that reflected that of the Incans' enemy. Research has found records of the first fleet of Spanish galleon ships to set sail from mainland Europe departed the Portuguese coastal city of Lagos. The similarities of geographical landmarks between the two sites are striking, to say the least. The advent of satellite tracking has also yielded amazing finds by researchers. The Intihuatana stone, or hitching post of the sunstone, believed to have been a sundial, has now been discovered to pay direct reference to the source of the foreseen invasion. The stone points directly towards Spain with almost unbelievable accuracy. The likelihood of this being merely a coincidence seems highly unlikely. Stuart Wilson, a PhD candidate for archaeological science at Curtin University, Western Australia, sees truth in Cranshaw's story.
It's from my comprehensive research that Machu Picchu wasn't actually discovered by the 19th century explorer Hiram Bingham.
Matthew Young, practicing architect and university educator, is dismayed at this current Machu Picchu scandal, and when asked about Hiram Bingham's involvement in the situation, he did not mix his words.
Heavily involved in the cover-up. Jeez, there's a career just thrown in the toilet, isn't there? Tool.
In light of this information exposed by Cranshaw, the Peruvian president Alejandro Toledo has recently announced new measures to prevent a similar corruption of information happening again. For me as a Peruvian to discover that we have been denied such a basic right as freedom to information so important to us as a nation, information that speaks of our history, our culture, our identity, is something that we must fight from repeating itself in the future. Hiram Bingham will be from now on regarded as a fraud, a liar, a donkey. We must reinstate Cornelius Cranshaw as the man that presented Machu Picchu to the world. Whilst the lost city of Machu Picchu is well known and a world-famous tourist site, few people know of its history and even fewer know the real story. This production debunks some of the absurd myths, legends and conspiracy theories that have been invented about this mysterious site and present the true and eventful tale. Machu Picchu is a constant reminder to question everything, seek out the truth for yourself, and not to believe the lies.